Alright, just a short video here, Saturday, unless something horrible happens. Just a short video, unless I start ranting about something again. I don't really like uploading like 2-minute videos, so let me merge it with another thing that I've been meaning to talk about. I don't know, I really just, I don't like watching videos that are that short. They're like shorter than 10 minutes. So I feel a little bit dirty about the idea of like uploading one. So let's see how close I can get to 10 minutes at least. So first, thank you to the Stop Killing Games people. I am not a big fan of that stuff. I am from a time when, you know, when you bought a game, you actually owned it. If I had a functioning NES and nothing horrible has happened to this thing, I could play it, even though it's older than I am. I believe it's 1988 according to Wikipedia. I mean, I think you might be on the Switch Online thing, but you know, I could sit down with a legit NES controller and actually play it. So, a single player portion of a game becoming unplayable because the devs are done with it and want to sell you the new one, they just go ahead and shut the whole darn thing down. Like, it really tugs at my pickle, and not in a sexy way. I talked about it in a deleted video. There was a time before the release of Red Dead Redemption 2 that they were talking about ending the support for GTA 5 Online. Not that that ever happened. And I remember saying something along the lines of, you can just feel free to fart around on a horse in a desert, you know, going at, I don't know, half the speed of smell. I would rather blast through the streets of Los Santos in my T20 at the speed of, what the f was that? Not that that actually happened. From what I understand, RDR2's online was not very popular, and GTA 5 earned them way too much moolah. My hands were tied. I'm Norwegian. We're not in the EU. I know this is quite confusing to some people, as you know, we use EU to refer to Europe online, but the EU is actually the European Union, a collection of European countries. Norway is this other thing that I'm blinking on right now. Might be too hot in here, I'm not sure. But we basically have no power, and we still have to follow the rules that they decide. Although I think we have some freedom on how much we follow them. Something, I don't know, I'm not an expert. However, it is not over. It's not. Oh, they got enough people signing it. Let me tell you a funny story. I'm painting a bullseye on my back here, but do you remember Article 13? It was a thing a few years back. The whole censoring the internet in Europe thing. The reason I killed the channel. Then a situation happened in 2020 and I guess they forgot. Yeah, according to my sources, at the time, there was a lot of BS going on there. And, based off what I heard about that, I can say quite confidently, it is very corrupt. This thing could go nowhere. Once the money starts changing hands, favor trading, and yay and nay being swapped for the second time ever. You know, those million voices can very quickly find themselves not enough. as just to mention one thing that wouldn't surprise me, they aren't valid. Why? Oh, because some rich asshole said so. Hopefully I'm past 5 minutes, if not, that would be censored. But yeah, I wouldn't sleep peacefully. Things can happen. And I would not be surprised if everyone who signed that basically gets told to fuck off. Not that they're gonna say it like that, but you know, they need to keep up the appearance. I wouldn't sleep peacefully. That's all I'm gonna say. But to the purpose of this video, the channel might die for a bit, maybe permanently. Not by choice. Well, one of them is sort of a choice. Because either I'll be at the bottom of a river with concrete boots, or my computer exploded. If you've been around for a bit, I have said at least once that I kind of regret not forking over the extra cash for more SSDs. SSDs nuts. Well, I found out that in June, I don't pay income tax. For whatever reason. So I bought one. It should fit. It's supposed to work, from what I can gather. Thing is, has anyone ever heard of Murphy's Law? Let me look it up so I don't mess this up. Can I get it in English, please? Yeah. Typically stated as anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Let me add a word to that. Constantly. This basically sums up my life. Now, I don't due to things like this, I don't really like being in contact with things like the motherboard of my $3,400 computer. But it's one of those ship SSDs, right? So I have to mess with my motherboard. I have to get uncomfortably close. I couldn't get a hold of anti-static gloves, but I have one of those bracelets. Wrap it around my wrist, there's a cable, and on the other end of that cable it's a clamp that I'm supposed to clamp onto metal. Apparently some metal in my PC case, and this is supposed to, I guess, un-Pikachu me somehow. And it's kind of the best I got, and I do not trust it. The life of a $3,400-ish US dollar computer rests in the hands of a cloth ring, a plastic wire, and a metal clamp. Yeah, I'm not 100% on board with that whole idea, but I don't really see how I have any other choice. Let's just say either I'll die horribly, or I'm taking a vacation. It's not too bad in one way. I'll have a lot of time to clean my house. 13 years of depression mess I would like to clean up before I move, and I would like to move before winter. I'm not sure if I can handle another winter in this shed from the 1930s. You know, freeze to death in the winter, cooking alive during the summer. The thing is, from what I gather, I'm not an expert when it comes to computers. What is most likely going to happen is the processor goes bye-bye. Problem I have with swapping those is thermal paste. I don't know how much I'm supposed to use. I tried asking once on a forum for PC builder experts, and the thread was locked within like an hour and like 400 pages because it basically devolved into a turf war. I got a DM from a moderator comparing it to Fight Club. You know the movie? Rule number 1 of Fight Club, we don't talk about Fight Club. Well, apparently in PC building, rule number 1 is we don't talk about thermal paste. And videos tend to skip thermal paste. Apparently because they know people will pop a blood vessel if they don't do it the way they do it. Leaving people like me with a question we can't get an answer to. So yeah, I might die or I might lose the Computron. And I'll be cleaning my shed. Figured I should let y'all know, you know, just in case someone watches these videos, that horrible things are about to happen. Maybe I should schedule next week's videos just in case. I'll do it while I'm editing this, I guess. Or starting that new thing because I couldn't stomach that expedition piss anymore. Can I double 16? I can. I don't like it, but I can. So there might be double 16 next week. Because I blew up my computer on a Saturday.